Yet again, episode 6 was drastically different from the game, and yet again, I think they were the right changes. The core message stayed the same, and even though there wasn't any fighting until the very end, or infected, it was still a great episode because it highlighted the other challenges in a post apocalyptic world. The 3-month time jump was clever because they used it to show that in those months, Ellie and Joel grew closer. It's a more established relationship, and it needed to be done for the ending to make sense. The episode starts with Joel and Ellie interrogating an old married couple. Ellie's interactions with them was definitely meant to make up for the interaction between her and Bill that we didn't get in episode 3. If you look at how Joel and Ellie communicate in this episode, the banter back and forth, it really establishes how strong their relationship has become. In this episode, we see a side of Joel we've never seen before. It's no surprise that Joel is a gentle soul, we know that from the games. But he's been through a lot and it's made things complicated for him. He's also old and exhausted, and his past is catching up with him. It makes sense because Joel is 56 in the TV show. Naturally, he's not what he used to be. He's partially deaf in one ear from being exposed to too many close range gunshots in the last 20 years. He's got PTSD from being in basically a war zone for the past 2 decades. Not to mention, he saw his daughter get gunned down in front of him. He's probably had to put down some friends that turned, and he's admitted to killing innocent people. It should be no surprise it took a toll on him, both physically and mentally. He's seen how dark the world can be, and that's why he reacted the way he did when he found out Tommy was going to be a father. He also feels betrayed by Tommy's decision to not tell him about the town. With Tess gone, Tommy is all he's got left now, and to see him move on definitely hurt him. He took the mission on because he thought Tommy needed him. Tommy was the reason for him to endure and survive. Then to find out that not only did Tommy not need him, but chose to cut him off and start a new family is heartbreaking. And that led to him having those emotional outbursts towards Tommy. Joel asking Tommy to see out the rest of the mission shows how close he and Ellie have become. Even after fighting and really being a complete jerk, he asks Tommy to risk everything to make sure Ellie got to the Fireflies safe and sound. Tommy's got a lot to live for now. He's got a home, a wife, and a kid on the way. Asking for him to take Ellie to the Fireflies without telling his wife why is asking for a lot, and Joel knows it. He sees how the town is a safe place for his brother and his family, and how it somewhat resembles the world before the outbreak. Not only do they have the necessities, but they're thriving. Joel isn't someone that asks for help, but he did this time for Ellie because he knows his fighting days are behind him. He's putting Ellie ahead of his pride. He's asking Tommy to risk his life for her. The only reason Joel even agreed to deliver Ellie to the Fireflies was to make sure Tommy was safe. And here he is now, asking Tommy to risk everything to make sure Ellie gets to where she needs to be. Tommy agrees because Ellie is the best chance at a vaccine. That means his child could be born in a better world. Ellie, on the other hand, isn't too happy about the plan. When Joel tries to tell her about the plan, she already knows about it because she overheard him and Joel talk about it. She then tells him if he wants to ditch her, then just ditch her. When Joel tries to explain himself, she shuts him off by telling him that she's not Sarah. Ellie found out about Sarah from Tommy's wife, Maria. Joel then cuts her off and tells her not to say another word. She then tells him she's sorry about his daughter, but she's lost people too. Joel then tells her she has no idea what loss is. Ellie then tells him about how everyone either dies or abandons her be it her parents or her friends. She says she'd just be more scared with someone new again. Joel then tells her she's right, she isn't his daughter, and he sure as hell isn't her father, and in the morning they'd be going their separate ways. Joel then reminisces back when he and his daughter decorated a Christmas tree, and come morning, he's at the stables waiting for Ellie and Tommy. Joel was not going to fail Ellie like he failed Sarah and Tess. He tells Ellie she deserves the choice in who takes her to the University of Eastern Colorado, which contrasts the ending of the first game. She instantly picks him. They then continue to build on their father daughter relationship on the way. Once at the university, they discover that the Fireflies moved on to a different location. They are then attacked, and Joel chokes out the man that attacked them, but not before being stabbed in the stomach. More men rush out at them, but Ellie is able to get Joel back on the horse and they ride off. I love Joel and Ellie from the games, but I personally feel more emotionally attached to TV Joel and Ellie. And that, I think, comes down to the incredible acting. Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey have been absolutely incredible so far. Bella, especially, she's really grown into the role.